Today on Suncoast View, good news if you need to borrow money from a payday loan company. You may be able to get more cash, but at what cost? We'll discuss.
We all love to peek inside the stunning creations on the parade of homes. And now some are on the market to buy in today's Suncoast for sale.
There's nothing more exciting or life-changing than having a baby. Manatee Players musical looks at how different it can be at different stages of life. All that and more right now on Suncoast View.
Welcome to the show, and welcome back to Brendan Reagan of Urban Night Theater. Great to see you.
Good to be back.
Yeah. Lots going on in your little world. Last time you were with us, we talked a lot about Northside Hollow. That's the show, and I should let you recap it, about the miners who end up with a kind of unconventional relationship.
That's right, yeah. It's a miner who gets trapped underground after the coal mine collapse. The young rescue worker comes down, and while they wait for additional help, they're forced to reconcile how very different they are.
And it's going well, I hear.
It's going very well. It actually just became our highest grossing show we've ever had in our history.
Really? Congratulations.
And it's got one more weekend of shows. So if you haven't caught it yet, there's just a few more chances. We have to close it on Sunday, but there are still tickets left all the way through this weekend.
And it's unusual because it's dark, right? Like you're doing this without stage lights, because you're in a coal mine.
Right, yeah. We've done our best to really recreate the coal mine inside the theater. So you're going to enter in through a coal mine shaft.
Oh, I love it.
Some of the audience members wear coal mining helmets and help light the show. So it's a really unique experience in addition to being a really great show.
So it says anybody you happen to be stuck next to, you might have a lot in common with.
Yes,
and I think we've all experienced that at times, be it in an airplane or just anytime you get stuck, you often learn that you can bond and should bond.
Well, on the show. I mean, we didn't know each other when we all started.
She's stuck with us, Joey? I think she did.
But you compare us to being trapped in a mine.
Yeah. Are you saying that I'm not going to leave today? There's no way out? I didn't realize.
Once you're with us, you can't go away.
Okay.
But we have become very, very close.
Very true.
And I'm like 40 years older than you, but I think I look just like you.
It doesn't mean we can't hang out. All right, well, that is Northside Hollow. You'll want to catch that at Urban Night Theater through the weekend. And something else I understand you have coming up is a big party. We like to hear about those.
That's right. I am wearing black today in anticipation of our big fundraising gala called the Black Party. It's a lot of fun. All guests wear all black. It obviously benefits the theater. It's going to be at a Loft Hotel this Saturday. There are still tickets available for that as well. Music, food, drinks, dancing, the whole normal party affair, and it's a lot of fun.
But it's a little less stuffy, I should say, than some of the other fundraising events in town.
Talk about that, because I think this is something people want to know.
Yeah, that's great. You know, we've all been to a lot of galas, and there are people who love the sit-down, the dinner, the formal speeches. That's not really our style. We like to just celebrate and have a really good time. So, no speeches, no auctions. There's going to be a little raffle, but I think that's fun. And for the most part, it's just having good cocktails, celebrating a nonprofit that you care about, and dancing the night away. We've got a DJ, and everyone's going to be looking great.
And a successful theater.
Thank you very much.
Absolutely. That's what we're celebrating.
And congratulations on that.
I appreciate it. I appreciate it. So this is a good way to celebrate at the end of a season, too. We're winding down our season. And it's going to be a fun night.
All
right. Let your hair down at a gala.
Yeah, that's right.
Lots going on. We're glad you're with us today. We have something else that is just a couple of weekends away. It is time to start thinking about the where and oh the green. And Chef Judy has her favorite St. Patrick's Day dining options for us today.
That's right, Stephanie. You know, I married a Gallagher. I got to be all in. Even though I don't like corned beef and cabbage, I got to be all in. So it's a big, big holiday in the Gallagher family. They've already got the plans made it on Carol's. But I'm going to show you options whether you want to dine out in a more comfortable upscale atmosphere without all the crazy partying maybe before you go pub hopping, and some great ideas and what's trending with new Irish foods, including desserts.
Oh, we're always happy to celebrate that.
Oh, yes.
All right, sounds good. We'll join Judy in just a little bit. All right, Linda, you and I didn't get to chat about this yesterday, but we got issues, people. Okay, so we've been talking about Bachelor Nation. Linda and I guiltily admit we have been keeping up with the big finale of this season's Bachelor. So it was 2 nights, and in case you weren't watching, I'm going to see if I can put this politely. So the guy who nobody seems to like anymore chose a girl, not that girl, asked her to marry him, comes back a couple weeks later, said he changed his mind because he can't forget about the other girl, which is this girl. So he dumps girl A, goes back to girl B, and then asks girl B to marry him last night. So
and she says yes.
Right, so what's wrong with all of these people?
Yes, he may change his mind tonight, but he spent a couple of weeks with this girl before he got around to, oh yeah, I don't think I really love you.
Okay, so here's my big complaint, aside from the fact that I feel so bad for both girls, I don't even know where to start. Come on, ABC, I know this is our network and I'm probably in trouble way up high somewhere for this, but they did this live. This girl's heart being broken was done live. She thought that they were going in for a date, cameras rolling, of course, because it is The Bachelor, but then he said, I'm actually here to tell you I don't want to be engaged anymore and I'm going back to the other girl.
What did she think was coming? What
Is
are
she
they
going to be
doing
the
there?
Bachelorette? That's usually
Well,
how
there's
it works
my
out, right?
next complaint. There's my next complaint.
You fired
Did
him
we
up.
not know that?
Uh-oh.
Yeah. Okay, this is a play. This is not reality. They know their roles. Uh-oh, ABC's going to fire me, aren't they?
We'll be together. We'll get our own show.
I've
But this
always
is
loved you,
planned.
ABC.
There could be some job openings.
Yeah, but I know. You know
what, though? This is a great lesson. If you are going to sign up for a reality show, and I think deep down, most of us have a secret desire to be on a reality show.
No.
You have to take into consideration that things are going to be out of your control, and you may end up looking like a fool.
But if you get your heart broken, then you get to be the Bachelorette, so it's a good thing. And in his defense, I have to say, all day long, the day of my first marriage, I cried and threw up. So I was as bad, and I went through it anyway.
Oh, Judy Gallagher is raising her hand in the
Yes,
kitchen.
Judy did too.
You cried and
Judy
threw up
did
too?
During the ceremony, before I said I do,
You passed
if
out?
that was not a sign from God, I don't know what was.
Okay, all right. Maybe
so-
the guys avoided that then. I don't know.
Yes, so he's not the only one. We've done it too.
I will say I've never heard people talk about The Bachelor this much. This season
See,
has
ABC's
really
happy.
been
They're
a
doing
Well
big
a
deal.
job.
planned.
Well planned, ABC. Well
Follow your
planned.
heart, Ari. Don't listen to these people.
Don't go on reality TV, Ari.
Just don't dump this one.
Well, and you might not find true love on a reality
Yeah,
TV
that's true. That's true.
Why?
astonished.
Okay,
Although,
I'm
you
over
know,
it.
Linda, maybe. You and I have got some
Oh,
chemistry
people
going
don't
here.
know about us.
All right, you two, I'm moving on. It is time for our first hot topic, and a new law changing the way people borrow money from payday loan companies is flying through the Florida legislature. So the new rules would allow payday loan companies to offer bigger loans with higher fees. The loan companies actually asked for the change out of fear that the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau is going to make business more difficult in Florida by restricting customers to 6 loans a year. So guess what? The payday company said, well, we'll get around that. We're going to raise the amount you can borrow to $1,000 per loan. So even if they restrict the number of times, now you can get more cash. I don't know a lot about payday loan companies, but this worries me.
I think loans are like marriages. Marry in haste, get a loan in haste, and repent at leisure. Because you're
Yeah.
going to be paying that back for a long time.
Well, I'll tell you that when I first came down to Florida and I was working as an actor, I was not making a lot of money. I was at one of the paycheck advance places every week. And the problem is that it's like the machine just keeps going. It's a cycle because you have to pay a little bit more, if you want to get an advance on your paycheck, and then you'll be short next week, so you got to pay a little more. Maybe someone who saved better or was better financially, than I was, wouldn't have gotten into that. But I like the idea of regulating six a year. You want to help people get off of it. There are times in your life, I think, where you need help and you don't have the money, and you're willing to pay. Maybe you don't want to get a utility shut off or something.
That's a
but
good
if you
point.
get it into a weekly cycle, all you're doing is keeping
I think
yourself
that's a
there.
great point.
Yeah.
I didn't quite understand why
Right.
we wanted to up the amount, but maybe I'm not opposed to upping the amount if you're forced
it's
to
for the
only
consumer.
well, if you're forced to only do it so many times, and if you do need to pay bills, okay, borrow the money. I get it.
And
We've
it's
all been
really
there.
easy to get an advance from some of these places.
Probably too
If
easy.
it's a little more difficult, right, it would make
Yeah.
you think a little more of, do I need this? Is this a moment in my life where I do need
Or
to take
how am
out
I
this
going to get
loan?
back out from under it?
It's like using a charge card and building up, only paying the minimum, and then you have this huge debt.
That'll be a
over there.
lifetime relationship.
And
You're
how
right.
do you get out of this cycle then? If you're doing as you say, if you fall into this rhythm of never quite having enough on time and continually taking loans,
What
do
happened
we do?
next?
That's the
Joey.
problem. I mean, I don't remember how I did it. I wasn't taking out my full paycheck. I was just taking out a little
Right.
bit. And to be
So at
honest,
some point you have to get more money to pay the
Yes.
overage,
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
you'll never catch up. All right, I think it's good that we're regulating that. So we'll see if that law gets signed. A lot of busy legislature stuff going on this week. So the Sunshine State tops another list, and it is not a good one. Florida was #1 in the nation for reported consumer fraud in 2017, according to the Federal Trade Commission. It's not our first time either. We're also #2 for identity theft. So the preferred method used by fraudsters is the telephone. Consumers mostly paid for frauds by wire transfer as related to debt collection. Someone calls, says, I'll get rid of your debt, you transfer the money, and you never see it again. So the first time imposters actually topped identity theft was this year. It's a dangerous combination, and it probably no surprise senior citizens are the most common target. This makes me so sad because people have a car payment, have a home payment, have a something payment, and it just sounds like, well, okay, you can make that less.
Right.
Here's my information.
This sounds like a smart thing to do.
And we say over and over and over not to, but
And it happens a lot at tax season, too.
Yeah.
A lot of people get hustled with prepaid cards and taxes.
Yes.
They get suckered in, and then before they know it, they
I
lose
get
all
it.
this
As someone
money.
who owes a lot of tax money
Yeah.
right now, if someone were to help bail me out, I'd think very seriously about it.
They all come to Florida because we did too, and they work from home.
Leave our senior citizens alone.
Well, and that's what it is.
I do feel bad because I think I'm fairly savvy now, especially.
I'm
but-
savvy too, and I'm a senior citizen.
No, but I'm saying like some of the scams that come through almost get me,
Right.
and I think I'm maybe
With
a little
it.
more savvy than
Yeah.
some other people, and that makes me
Yep.
nervous for them.
Yes, nervous for
So if
everything
someone
you do.
calls you and wants to get something from you, hang up and call the business. If never do
Right.
any of your business over a call that comes into you.
Well, and especially now that we're phishing with caller ID, it looks like it's the bank, but it's really not. I mean, it's scary. It is very,
Yeah,
very
the
scary.
advice is always, if it feels just a little tiny bit wrong,
Yeah.
assume that it is. And then if it's not a scam, it'll be okay if you think it's a scam for a minute, right?
Yeah,
If you call
no,
the business,
absolutely.
if you call
They
your
should-
bank,
they
no
should
problem.
appreciate people
I
being
recognized
careful.
a scam, and I started screaming at the person on the other line. Then I realized I'm screaming at a recording. They're not even hearing me.
Well,
All
you
right.
told them.
Yeah, that's right. You told that tape. Many a woman has professed her undying love of shopping at Target. For a Miami couple, they're taking it to a whole new level. They took their engagement photos there. The couple says it's an important part of their relationship. They go to Target 2 to 3 times a week. They walk the aisles of Market Pantry and unwind. And even though they live near the beach, they prefer to walk at Target. They even have an Instagram account, and this makes me laugh, with stories about all of the abandoned cups they find when they are there. I have never
those
noticed
pieces.
abandoned cups
like coffee
at
cups.
Target.
People will leave
People
a coffee
just
cup on
stick them
the
everywhere.
aisle.
Yeah, they
So-
could walk on the beach and see birds and waves and sand.
I like this because this is how they live. They're celebrating at the place that they love. I love to go
They're
to Target.
enjoying themselves.
And part of me gets this because my husband and I met on the baseball field, which it's a
Not
little...
exactly like Target. No.
Well, but you know what? It's not exactly romantic. It's sweaty, it's dirty, it's hot, and that's where we spend our whole world not looking real great. And there was a serious discussion about either getting married there or doing photos there because it just seemed
But
appropriate.
he knew you. Okay, it's your worst, and you knew him at your worst. So you
True.
both knew what you were getting into.
And at least we weren't spending money like they are at Target,
Well, they can
right?
register. They can register for their
Good
wedding
point.
registry right there.
Yeah,
right.
I think it's pronounced Target.
Yes, when it's in wedding photos, it's definitely
definitely
Target.
Target.
We're going to check out our happy hour forecast when we come back. A new way to get your beach body just in time for swimsuit season.
Good afternoon. I'm Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan with a look at your happy hour forecast. The first alert weather looks pretty good this afternoon. After some rain around this morning, all that rain has now cleared our area. It's down south near the Keys, stretching just south of Miami. And the radar checks clear right now. We'll do so, too, for at least a few days before our next system starts to develop. We'll talk more about that coming up. At 5 o'clock, you can see some high clouds anticipated for our area overnight. Low temperatures will be, though, into the 40s. A wake-up time tomorrow morning, we could see some mid to upper 40s inland, right around 50 degrees at area beaches. So it looks as though a couple of cold days for Florida standards anyway. As we press through time, you can see from the GOES East satellite imagery that high cirrus cloudiness coming in from the Gulf, and that may help keep temperatures a little bit warmer tonight, but still well below average. And those winds are pretty brisk out of the northwest, anywhere from 10 to 15 miles an hour. Northport at 11, 15 at Manasota Beach, Venice at 14. Our current conditions right now, sunny and 70. Details on our weather at 5. See you then.
We are rapidly headed towards swimsuit season here on the Suncoast, and even with diet and exercise, it can be very hard to get your body ready for the beach. Today, Lizzie Lucas, owner of Body Lift System at 70 Fit Spa in Sarasota, is here to tell us about the Torque Body Contouring System. Okay, we are all about any help we can get, and most of us have places on our body that we just like to change, improve, make different. Tell us what Torque does.
So it's a very intense muscle stimulation that will help you lose inches. It helps to tighten and tone whatever area that you're concerned with, and it also helps to strengthen and tone the muscles.
Okay, it sounds too good to be true, so I need to understand a little bit of how it actually is working inside.
Okay. So it basically acts like an exercise. So you're going to feel yourself working out while you're on the machine. Your brain doesn't really know the difference between the machine doing it or you actually exercising yourself. So you could be a little bit sore just as if an exercise the day after.
Okay, so let's take a look at Chris as our model, very patiently doing this for us. So she has it around her abs. So I could do crunchy sit-ups forever and ever and ever, and I'm using most of my muscle. But you're explaining how Torque is using more of it?
It goes deeper into the muscles and hits muscles that you don't necessarily get while you're working out.
So I see her abs actually contracting here under the Torque. Is that like, Chris, the biggest sit-up you've ever done? What does it feel? What does it feel like? I mean, it looks pretty intense. Does this hurt?
It doesn't hurt at all. You can feel your muscles pulse and tighten and pulse and tighten.
Like maybe after you've done the 300 crunchies, you think you can't do another one. So it's actually forcing your muscle to do the contraction.
Right, all on its own.
Okay, well, let's think about this. If the muscle is actually contracting, that's what makes me ripped, right?
Exactly. Exactly.
This is starting to sound really good.
Right.
So how many different processes like this? How long is Chris there at a time? How long does it take?
So each treatment is for half an hour.
Okay.
And really, it really depends on your fitness level. So we have fitness people come in all the time that work out on their own, and they just do it for a little oomph. And then we also have people that don't work out at all, that just want to get motivated to start working out.
Okay.
And then we also have people that just got off of an injury that just want to strengthen their muscle. So it caters to all different types of people depending on what they're concerned with.
All right, and we have some before and afters about how effective it actually is. Let's talk about the different body parts, because I'm sure everybody wants to help their abs, but are there different parts of the body where this is also as effective?
Right, yeah, so abs are I think are most common, and then we do the arms.
Underarm,
the arms.
Look at that.
And then we also do the thighs and the glutes.
Okay, that's amazing. So how many times do we typically have to go through that 30-minute session before we start to see the effects? I know you said it depends a little bit on fitness, but if an average person...
Right, I would say at least 6 times to really see a good difference, and you'll notice it. But really everyone's so different. Like some people come in once or twice, other people come in 12, 14 times, and then other people are coming every day. So,
Chris, are you coming every day?
This is a nice way to kind of get a jump start on a fitness program.
Right, exactly.
And obviously there's no magic pill, so I'm assuming once we get those muscles tightened with the Torque, we still need to have a good diet and exercise program.
Yeah, we really actually want people to go to the gym after this. We want people to strengthen their muscles using this, and then on their own, they can go to the gym and exercise easier, and it helps their muscles strengthen.
Well, and it gives you some hope that there is light at the end of the tunnel, you know? I mean, that's kind of the getting started is often the hardest thing. So if you want to jumpstart your beach body for swimsuit season, you can find out more about body contouring with the Body Lift System. You can go to their website, bodyliftsystem.com, and also there's a special promotion code for watching this here on Suncoast View. If you use the promotion code VIEW50, you can get $50 off your first treatment. All right, thank you, Lizzie. We love the idea of a better body. Coming up next, it's Parade of Homes and Suncoast for sale.
Hamilton was adopted from a rescue in 2008. He really likes to be around people. And as soon as I start to make my breakfast, Hamilton is right there. I get out my mat and I'm doing a downward dog and he's underneath. He's quite the pug about town. He gets invited to a lot of parties. He knows he's a pretty big deal. I mean, look at this little face. How could you not love him?
loaded with big laughs, colorful characters, and the songs that made the 20s roar, Bullets Over Broadway is bringing musical theater back with a bang. Your attendance is requested at the Players Center for this wild Broadway musical opening February 21st. Call the Players at 365-2494 or visit the website at theplayers.org. This is one Broadway show that is sure to knock 'em dead.
If you're looking for the perfect trip that allows you to spend quality time with a family, then discover the great outdoors on an Alabama Black Belt adventure. Create unforgettable memories while hunting, fishing, or biking and hiking. Or play the Robert Trent Jones Golf Trail, now celebrating 25 years. And while you're here, enjoy the flavors of the Black Belt. Book your adventure at our lodges or stay in the Renaissance Montgomery Hotel and Spa. Start planning an Alabama Black Belt adventure today.
They are the greatest fighting force the world has ever seen. But what does it take to bridge the distance and keep them connected to family, home, and country? What does it take to strengthen our service members so they can be the greatest force for good in the world? It takes a force. Be a force behind the forces. Give today at force.uso.org.
Are you a food lover, restaurant goer, or home cook? Then check out My Suncoast Dining on mysuncoast.com, your guide to the foodie lifestyle. ABC 7's own Chef Judy serves up her favorite recipes, cooking tips and trends, dining blogs, and helpful step-by-step videos. And you'll love the restaurant guide with direct links to your favorite Suncoast eateries. Whether you're cooking in or dining out, whet your appetite with tasty tips from Chef Judy at mysuncoast.com/dining.
Whether you're all about waterfront properties, family-oriented locations, or you just can't stay away from the golf course, the Manatee and Sarasota communities have the Parade of Homes, one of my favorite things all year. And we have Andrew Haddad here to tell us all about the Parade of Homes. Right. And if you haven't been there, and I go every year, okay, Andrew, what is it?
Yeah, I'll tell you, it's an exciting season with the Parade of Homes. So the Sarasota Manatee Building Industry Association, this is their premier event. And it's really to showcase, you know, the builders and the latest technology and green design and sustainability, also featuring their craftsmanship, the new communities. And again, it's all for the new home or new housing industry, new builds. So again, there's 117 homes on the parade, 10 different communities. So again, we don't have time to feature every single one.
Well, let's start with Rosedale.
Absolutely. I picked out a few that would meet the different price points. So yeah, this is Rosedale. This is the Trevi model, and this is in Bradenton, built by Lennar Homes. Again, great purchase price right there. That's the entry point right there, $334,000. Again, 4-bedroom, 3-bath, over 2,000 square feet. Again, great value here for what you're seeing. You're looking at the model homes, so these are going to be, of course, you know, finished with all the upgrades, the nicest touch. Yet it also gives you a lot of good ideas as well. So again, Rosedale, the community itself has actually.
Look at that! How pretty!
Yeah, it's gorgeous. This is example of their pool packages and things that go along with that. But Rosedale itself has been updated and renovated, which is beautiful. Nice. Yeah, next, this is right in Sarasota. Love this community. This is Ashton Oaks, which is in one of the top school district. This is Heritage Builders of West Florida. I love their floor plans, number one. Great functionality, light and bright, open floor concept. Again, spectacular attention to detail. You can do granite counters, you got the courts, just extra sitting rooms and the master suites. A lot of attention to detail here. Outdoor kitchen, summer kitchen. Pavers on the lanai is standard as well. But again, great price point in the high 400s for a huge house, 3-bedroom, 3-bath, over 2,500 square feet, plus a den in Sarasota. Great value there as well.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Totally.
The Lake Club.
Yeah, well, this is actually the Lake House Cove. The next is the Lake Club, Lake House Cove, and this is incredible. This is in Waterside. You're going to see a ton of information and news come out about Waterside. They're building some phenomenal homes. Lee Weatherington Homes really does it up on this one.
Oh, yes, they do.
845,600. You can see this coastal-inspired design.
How open.
Isn't it?
And it looks like a castle outside.
Yeah, definitely. everything. So when you're in the market looking, I mean, what a better way to get inside these homes and get the ideas, feel the floor plan. It's all about the feeling. Outdoor living almost looks like the indoor living, doesn't it? I mean, seriously. And then, of course, you watch the, there's going to be a lot of water out there. So you watch the sunsets over the lakes and the pool packages and everything. 3 bedrooms, 4 baths, plus a den, plus a bonus room, 3-car garage, and almost 3,300 square feet. Fantastic right there.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Yeah, definitely. Oh, next, yeah, we'll go right to the Lake Club. Yep, here we go, Linda. So just under $1 million, the Lake Club. We hear so many phenomenal things about the Lake Club, and you see it here. Now, this is going to be an Italian-inspired architecture. 35 lakefront homes, maintenance-free. This one specifically is 3 bedroom, 3 bath, 2,800 square feet. Very impressive on the inside with the crown molding, the finishes, and again, beautiful master suite overlooking the lake. Right there in Lakewood Ranch, so you can't beat it.
Oh, that looks lovely.
Yeah,
I'd like to be out there right now, right now.
You got it. And then again, here's our dream home. This is Legacy Estates, and this is right in Palmer Ranch. This is the Bermuda model, which is located in Esplanade in Palmer Ranch. Arthur Ruttenberg Homes. You're going to see coffered ceilings. Again, Stephanie, the open floor plan concept, light, bright areas, what people are wanting. Very contemporary on the inside, which you can see white Zodiac quartz counters from the lighting. Yes, absolutely. Again, just that open floor concept gives you that portrait window, the master suite.
That's our dream house.
Oversized.
You are right.
3 shower heads in the bathroom. Beautiful pool package with the spa, and I mean, it's just incredible. Under $2 million.
We're ready to move in. Thank you so much, Andrew.
Yep, my mother-in-law was in there. She brought me in there this weekend.
She showed you.
And I swear she was gonna, my wife and her were gonna cut a check in. If I were in these houses, I had to be careful. So, but it's absolutely gorgeous.
It must be.
It goes till this Saturday. Pick up, one of the Parade of Homes magazines. I mean, it's amazing. It's fun. It's exciting. It's our hometown, and this is it.
And if you want to know more about this and other homes, you can contact Andrew at sellingthesuncoast.com. Next, the Manatee Players Baby.
During the past 10 years, Tidewell Hospice volunteers have provided more than 1 million hours of service. They sit with patients, giving caregivers a break. They work in offices. They take their furry friends on pet therapy visits. They even clown around. Every task performed by a volunteer makes a difference in the lives of our patients and their families. Join Tidewell's volunteer team. They're truly 1 in a million. Tidewell Hospice. It's more than you think.
Need more space in your place? The More Space Place can help with Murphy beds that disappear to reveal a home office, living room, or den. Custom closets with designated areas for your shoes, bags, wardrobe, and accessories. Custom-built entertainment centers, garage storage systems, and more. The More Space Place has 3 showrooms next to Sunny's on US 41 South in Sarasota, on Lakewood Ranch Boulevard just south of State Route 64 in Bradenton, and on Tamiami Trail next to Panera Bread in Port Charlotte. Put more space in your place at the More Space Place.
Florida Studio Theater presents Blue Suede Shoes, celebrating the birth of rock and roll. From the father of rock and roll, Chuck Berry, to the king himself, Elvis Presley, this musical review features such great hits as Rock Around the Clock, Mustang Sally, Johnny Be Good, and of course, Blue Suede Shoes. Critics are calling Blue Suede Shoes a burst of rock history, dynamic and high voltage. Audiences are calling it phenomenal. Blue Suede Shoes has been held over by popular demand. Tickets can be purchased by calling 941-366-9000 or by visiting floridastudiotheater.org.
Everybody has a dream. Mine was to see the ocean. And with a little help, I made it.
I used to dread getting up and going to work.
I was done with the corporate grind.
I was tired of being a starving artist.
And I started looking around for a business that I believed in, and I kind of wanted to do something a little more green.
My SCORE mentor helped me take the first step.
He helped me create a business plan and helped me implement it.
They've really taught me how to think big.
SCORE helped me to make the unimaginable possible, all for free. I'm here because of SCORE.
I'm here because of SCORE.
Get your free business mentor at SCORE.org.
Okay, so what would you bring to my company?
What do you need?
I need problem-solving skills.
I got through high school without a car, a phone, or a computer.
No college degree, though.
Not yet, but life's taught me a lot, and I'm ready for more.
Well, you're not the typical kind of candidate that I hire. But you are exactly what I'm looking for.
Your company could be missing out on the candidates it needs most. Learn how to find a great pool of untapped talent at gradsoflife.org.
Well, few things produce as much change in a couple's relationship as a new baby, or at least so I'm told. And that change means different things at different stages in life. Manatee Player's latest musical, Baby, takes a look at all of that change. Director Kelly Burnett is here with members of the cast. Welcome, Kelly.
Thank you.
So Baby focuses on 3 different couples. Tell us about them.
Correct. Well, we've got our youngest couple who represent a young, unmarried couple in college who maybe weren't expecting this to happen quite at this stage in their lives. And then we have the middle couple who are both professors and coaches at the school. It takes place in a university town. And then the eldest couple has raised their family, is really moving into empty nest stage, and unfortunately, or fortunately, yeah.
My greatest nightmare, I mean.
A surprise. So, yeah, so they represent 3 very different experiences. And I first saw the show in the 80s when I was an undergrad, probably not too long after it had come out, you know, on Broadway. And it really stayed with me. It really resonated. The Maltby-Shire score is amazing. Liz Calloway made her Broadway debut. Probably most people will be most familiar with I Want It All. It's probably the song they'll recognize the most from the score.
And there's something in the show for everyone because it does tackle every aspect, right, of being new parents.
Absolutely. I think it hits people who haven't experienced it yet. I think, you know, again, I hadn't experienced it when I first saw it, and it really stayed with me. Certainly.
Good birth control.
Apparently, since I didn't have my daughter since until I was about 40, so apparently it worked well. Exactly.
Well, then we know which couple then
exactly.
you might identify.
I lean towards the elder couple.
You did bring 2 of your performers with you. Introduce us to who you brought and who they play.
I did. To my far left, the lovely Miss Michelle Northcraft, who plays Lizzie, the youngest of the ladies. And then to her right, we have the beautiful Miss Crystal Jouer, and she plays Arlene, who is the quote-unquote eldest, but as you can see, she is still lovely.
That's what stage
That's
makeup
all
is.
relative, right? Exactly. It's very relative.
Yeah.
So Michelle, all right, so you play the younger of the younger couple. What is your character's reaction to the pregnancy?
I think she's shocked in a way because, you know, her thing is making lists. She has a plan for every single thing, and so when this unexpected thing happens, she kind of freaks out and is like, this was not a part of this list. This is not a part of the plan. What are we going to do? We need to figure this out. We have to have a plan for this. And that's kind of the journey that she goes on and realizes that, you know, forget the list. This is life. This is what's going to happen. And you just have to go with the flow.
Crystal, different reaction for your character.
Yes, my character, she's expecting to have the empty nest and going and doing everything that she wanted to do maybe in her 20s, but she was tied down with her children, and then she gets pregnant and everything changes. And you know, her husband, he's really excited about it, but she's not so sure if she feels the excitement that he does.
She remembers the dirty diapers and long nights.
Exactly.
Well, I know that the show tackles some of the more serious aspects, like a couple trying to conceive, and then it also has a lot of comedy in it. But
Absolutely.
Kelly, you mentioned the beautiful music, so we're actually going to get a preview of one of the songs from Michelle. So while Michelle goes and gets ready, set up the song we're about to hear.
I'd be delighted. You are in for a treat. Michelle's going to be singing the end of Act 1, which is known as On and On. And this character really starts to feel her connection to her own mother, with whom she's had maybe a little bit of a challenging relationship previously. And she starts to realize that she's one in a chain of, you know, billions of women throughout history who've had children and carry on into infinity. And it's a really amazing closing to Act 1. It's very different than, you know, like a big dance number or something like that.
Yes, well, we are very excited to hear Michelle. And Michelle, as soon as we are going to hear your music, and you can take it away.
So this is the tale my mother told me. That tale that was much too dull to hold me. And this is the surge and the rush she said would show. Our story goes on. Oh, I was young, I forgot that things outlive me. My goal was the kick that life would give me. And now, like a joke, something moves to let me know our story goes on. And all these things I feel and more, my mother's mother felt, and hers before. A chain of life begun upon the shore of some primordial sea, has stretched through time to reach to me. And now I can see the chain extending. My child is next in a line that has no ending. And here am I, feeling life that her child will feel when I'm long gone. Yes, all that was is part of me. Yes, I am part of what's to be, and thus it is our story.
Wow! The musical Baby runs through March 18th at Manatee Performing Arts Center. For more information, you can visit their website. Coming up next, we have design tips for a home remodel. We'll be right back.
Get breaking news alerts focused on the Suncoast. Download the ABC7 News app.
If you're looking for the perfect trip that allows you to spend quality time with the family, then discover the great outdoors on an Alabama Black Belt adventure. Create unforgettable memories while hunting, canoeing, camping, and more. Or challenge yourself on Robert Trent Jones Golf Trail, now celebrating 25 years. And while you're here, enjoy a Deep South dining experience. Book your adventure in one of our members' lodges or stay at the Renaissance Montgomery Hotel and Spa. Start planning an Alabama Black Belt adventure today.
This is an ABC7 News Update.
Good afternoon, I'm Jacqueline Matter. Here's what we're working on for 5 o'clock. Florida is on the verge of becoming the first state to observe daylight saving time all year long. What obstacles still stand in the way of that bill being passed? In the Florida House, spending the day debating a controversial school safety proposal. Why some lawmakers believe the bill is a good start to prevent another tragedy. Now let's get a check on our first alert weather forecast with Bob.
Thanks, Jacqueline. We are looking at the front now well down to our south. It went through relatively unnoticed for the most part. Not much going on as far as any kind of rough weather is concerned. And looks like it will stay dry tonight and much cooler. We'll have a start tomorrow morning into the 40s in places. Generally along the area beaches into the low 50s. You can see some high clouds are possible, though, streaming overhead. But generally, a sunny day expected on Thursday. Lots of sunshine, but temperatures will be below average. We'll have the latest on that coming up at 5.
Download the all-new ABC7 First Alert weather app now.
When my youngest, Addie, was 2.5, she was diagnosed with leukemia. When we first heard that diagnosis, you feel extremely alone. Walking in that Light the Night light with 6,000 people carrying lights, white for survivors, red for supporters, gold in memory of those who have passed. It's the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society's hope that every year there are fewer gold lanterns. Your lantern will make a difference.
Start a team, join a team.
Help us light the night.
art. Want to know a secret? If you're looking for the best selection of area rugs at an unbelievable price, the only place you need to look is Rugs is Art. I know what you're thinking. Expensive, right? Wrong. Rugs is Art has the largest selection of area rugs on the west coast of Florida in a variety of styles, with 8x11 area rugs starting at $199. Largest selection, personalized service, and unbelievably low prices. You'll find it all at Rugs is Art.
Rugs as Art, Sarasota's only area rug superstore.
Imagine a world filled with pillow fights, playgrounds, and the search for the perfect climbing tree. Every kid deserves that world, but 1 in 5 kids in America struggle with hunger. At No Kid Hungry, we're committed to creating a world where every kid eats healthy food every day. We raise funds, we help families, and we lift up communities.
Many of us have a rug in the entryway or hallway of our homes, but rugs quickly show wear and tear, and we know they certainly don't hold their value. So why not try something a little bit more durable? Kate Spencer from Tile Outlets of America is with us to show how you can actually get rid of the carpet and use tile for a decorative look on the floor.
What a great idea.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you know, to get rid of some rugs in your home and to be able to identify a space by just outlining it or using tile to make that space stand out.
Well, it makes sense because the reason we use a rug is just for that pop of color, but why use a rug if you could use something more permanent?
And people slip on them.
Absolutely, and they wear out and they get ugly. So, all right, let's look
decorative.
at some design ideas because this is not something I think a lot of us can conceptualize without maybe seeing. Mosaics, you say, are one thing that works well.
Mosaics are great because, again, you know, they come in such a variety of different looks and they have different styles. So you can take a mosaic and actually frame it out. Look at this in the front entryway where it's actually framed out and it's actually showing you, it's a wood plank all the way around it, and then you have this mosaic framed out. So it looks like a rug walking into your front door.
I would have never known.
It
does.
That's
amazing.
Know? So it really has a great splash and it really, really shows you the characteristics. So again, this look can be accomplished. This is a basket weave. You can accomplish this look with a herringbone look, any different type of mosaic, trim it up and put it right at your front door and really show it.
And it's fascinating that so much of it is just one tile. You know, I mean, it's not even like that's a ton of installation.
No, that's an easy installation. You're looking at maybe 10, 15 pieces to create
it. Wow.
That's it.
Oh my goodness. Oh, I love that. Okay, now many of us have the wood plank tile floors.
Yes.
Can we do an accent in that wood look?
Yes, so again, take that wood plank. A lot of people will take it and put it in different directions. So here, you're walking in your front door. They laid it like in a herringbone or an offset pattern.
Oh, wow.
So, and then the rest of it is laid, you know, directional. So you actually create that look that it looks like a different space.
Right.
Because all you did was change look. Again, a hallway.
Okay, that's so cool.
Doing it in a diagonal, going down your hallway. I mean,
it's so much more interesting.
It's interesting.
Yes, that would have just looked like a tunnel.
It leads you know, back in the day, they used to put runners in your hallways, you know.
Absolutely. What do you mean back in the day? What do you think's in my hallway?
Oh, sorry, Stephanie.
It's nice too if you want to differentiate rooms a little bit, where it can go, the tile can go in one direction and then take it in the other for the hallway.
Exactly, and that's a great point too, because you can do that. Yeah.
Okay, so now we could put color down too, because I know your tiles come in lots of different colors. How do pebbles work when we want to punch a color?
So I think pebbles are really fun because pebbles come in multiple colors and designs. And again, I brought a couple fun ones that I'm going to show you that have a little bit of characteristics of shells in them. But in these looks, this is just a space where they just took out an area, again, put a pebble mosaic down there with a little bit of color in it, and it creates a, you know, unique space in that room. Put a table on top of it, your chairs around it. You know, it's kind of a cool little dining room set, or even on a back patio. Here they just actually made divisions in the tiles, so it broke up the tile, so it wasn't one continuous look all the way through, and they put pebble strips in between, so it kind of gives you that little stone.
I'm not going to like any of my hallways now that I see your hallways. I want these to look like that.
I need somebody to help me with that. Those things don't come in my mind.
No, that's why we have Kate.
A lot of great ideas, and again, the, you know, a couple special ones we brought were, you know, showing you where, like, they have little cutouts in them. They show you a little bit of shells. This one has a little bit more deeper colors, that if you have some wood looks that maybe have those deep, rich colors.
Yeah, very
They're really
neat.
cool.
Okay, now you've taught us about listellos for accents in the bathroom, but you say they can also be used as a floor accent.
Yeah, so listellos, you know, a lot of listellos are custom made. You'll see these really intricate pieces, as you can see here, that are a border that go all the way around. They're made out of little small pieces of stone, and they really create, you know, an accent. This creates a rug if you look at it. I mean, it
Yeah.
actually outlines it. And then they put little glass inserts, you know, in the little corner pieces, you know, to make it actually have that accent for it. So Listellas are really cool. You can find a lot of them. They come in different lengths, 3x12s, 3x10s, 3x11s, and you can, you know, border something
Now
with
let's talk about materials. Can different materials be used to make our tile rugs, like a stone or a marble?
Yeah, absolutely. Anything you would normally put on your floor, you know, you can use. So stone, a marble, any of those, you know, bricks, pebbles, any of those will go.
Okay, and you can see here in the bathroom that that really makes a lot of sense because I have my cleanability, I have my, you know, everything that I would normally want, and it actually kind of continued from the shower. That's great.
Yeah, the shower. I thought that was a cool because the shower actually has it in there as well, and they kind of made that look, that rug in the shower go along into the room. So again, you know, I brought a couple examples to show you of just different marble looks that you can go ahead and create that kind of design. And you know, you get these water jet mosaics, which you're going to see in this flower design, which is
so cool.
You know, think about how hard that is to make and how beautiful they do. But what a neat look if you really want to identify a space and make it stand out.
And the bathroom's the perfect place because think about your bathroom rug, all those hair products and everything. I would so much rather clean stone, marble, and tile.
Yeah,
It
and
makes
these are
so much
great.
sense.
And these are polished, and you can put that polish right on the floor, mop it up. It cleans up beautiful.
That's perfect.
lovely.
Okay, and then when you have a big enough space, you have said that some of these decorative pattern tiles work.
Yeah, decorative pattern tiles are very popular right now. You're going to see them a lot in restaurant applications as well. And again, you know, they took this right up to a wood plank and made that border, so they actually offset part of that room with just taking a decorative tile, offsetting it with a solid tile. And again, you can make that rug space.
Okay, I no longer like any of my rugs because I want tile instead. These are wonderful ideas. And as Linda said, Kate, to have you present those ideas so that we know what we want to do and create, we can work with your designers at Tile Outlets of America. You'll want to go visit them to create the custom look for your home. You can find them in Tampa, Fort Myers, and of course right here in Sarasota on Cattleman Road, or find them online at tileoutlets.com. We'll be right back.
Selfless service is the principle that guides Army National Guard soldiers to be ready whenever disaster strikes. They have a stake in the well-being of the neighborhoods where they live and work. They train part-time to be ready to serve at all times. Selfless service. It's what inspires the men and women of the Army National Guard to be part of something greater than themselves. Visit NationalGuard.com to learn more.
All hands on deck. What's up? I want to point out 3 tips for using the home computer more safely. Point away.
First, stop. Make sure your software is up to date and that you've password protected your computer's login and Wi-Fi connection.
Next, think before visiting a site, opening attachments, or clicking on links.
Then connect, knowing you're helping make the web safer for you
and for everyone. Make Stop, Think, Connect part of your daily online routine.
Dear parents, it's time for a pop quiz. What's the best kind of play for kids? Play that makes us think? Or helps us pretend? Or teaches us rules? Or to be creative? Actually, every kind of play is important because different kinds of play give us different kinds of skills. Help us mix up the ways we play. Okay, class dismissed. Now go play.
Ever since I can remember, I've been intrigued by industrial design and the optimization.
Wait, that's passion? Ever since I can remember,
My passion has been industrial design. We need 3D printers for Miss Adams' engineering program so that we are ready to solve 21st century challenges.
Impressive. Think It Up is a new initiative to support student-powered, teacher-led learning projects. Students and teachers, how can you spark great learning experiences in your classroom today? Think It Up.
Welcome back. One of my favorite annual events is going on through this weekend. It is the Florida Strawberry Festival in Plant City. Well worth the road trip because, is there anything better
look at that.
than a fresh strawberry? So it's the war of the strawberry shortcake there, literally. There are different kinds, different cakes, different varieties, and you can try them all. And I'll tell you what, the live entertainment there is out of this world. Something for everyone, rides for the kids, crafts, livestock. It is what I would call a more manageable Florida State Fair, and it's all about the strawberries.
Nice.
So
They look so good.
It's just a wonderful family event. So consider going up there this weekend in Plant City. Easy trip across I-4. Okay, coming up next, also coming up is St. Patty's Day. Chef Judy has her picks for her favorites on the Suncoast.
Check out mysuncoast.com/dining, your guide to the foodie lifestyle.
I am the resident district manager on the FAU campus for Chartwell. Whenever I see Haley, I do not see a person with a disability. I see a person with extraordinary abilities. Haley is always smiling. She's always on time. She gives fantastic customer service and is always focused on any job that she's given.
Hi, this is Dan Marino. When your business recruits people with disabilities, everybody wins. To find out how, go to disabilitieswork.employflorida.com.
This is an ABC 7 News Update.
Hello, I'm Scott Dennis. Here's what's coming up at 5 o'clock. More than 1,000 families in Florida still getting help from the federal government after Hurricane Irma. Why that assistance is about to come to an end. In first alert traffic right now, we're seeing the traffic is slow going over the DeSoto Bridge heading north into Palmetto, and US 301 in downtown Bradenton backed up as well at this hour. Let's get back to Bob now for another look at our weather.
Thanks, Scott. The front went through this morning relatively unnoticed. Some showers, a few isolated thunderstorms now continuing down well to our south. We're looking at clear skies and a much chillier start to tomorrow morning. Back in the 40s for a lot of places as a result of that west to northwesterly wind component. And Futurecast showing lots of sunshine expected for us throughout the day on Thursday, but temperatures well below average tomorrow due to that north to northwest wind. 70 now is pretty pleasant out there. Low humidity, more in your forecast coming up at 5. See you then.
Download the all-new ABC 7 First Alert weather app now.
I heard about the Detoli Cancer Center through friends of mine who had been treated here and were very pleased with the treatment.
If there is prostate cancer, we at the Detoli Cancer Center will find it using 3D color flow Doppler ultrasound.
And that helped precisely identify where my cancer was and some additional cancers that were not found during the biopsy. I would recommend the Detoli Cancer Center. As a group of human beings, they are unbelievably great.
Glasses and contacts. You need them to see, but they put such a strain on your life. Due to new advances in vision improvement technology, LASIK is now affordable for almost everyone, with procedures starting as low as $299 per eye, and over 1 million procedures performed by our trusted independent surgeons. LASIK surgery is a sensible, safe, and affordable solution to improve your vision. So call now to talk to a LASIK Vision Institute counselor and schedule your free evaluation.
1-800-813-0109.
Florida Studio Theater presents Native Gardens. Stately gardens and cultures clash, turning friendly neighbors into feuding adversaries. When a disagreement over a long-standing fence spirals into an all-out comedic battle of taste, privilege, and entitlement, no one comes out smelling like a rose. Critics are calling Native Gardens timeless as well as timely, smart and first-rate. Audience are calling it one of the best. Native Gardens is now playing. Tickets can be purchased by calling 941-366-9000 or by visiting floridastudiotheater.org.
There's nothing like this trail in Alabama. It just goes from the northern part of the state to the southern part of the state. We see all kind of different terrains, great value, great fun. We've been coming for 18 years. We started off with a group of 8, grew to 12, and grew to 16. And we love it because where else can you get world-class golf courses with world-class accommodations? To be able to play these type of courses in this environment, and the difficulty keeps us coming back over and over and over again.
Designers do it with style.
Tell me what's going on here.
Why, you don't like my hair?
The Mark and Mandy Show. In-depth design ideas.
What is up with the tuck tape here? Let's cover it up.
Amazing beauty and fashion tips.
So Halle Berry has amazing skin. Her secret is coffee grounds. No.
Delicious recipes.
Today, I'm gonna show you a special dish that is sure to please that special someone in your life.
Watch The Mark and Mandy Show right here on your favorite channel.
Coming up Thursday at 4 on Suncoast View, stone crabs are a Florida delicacy, but they are on a major decline. We'll talk to a Moat marine biologist about what that means for our ecosystem and our fishermen. Hats are all over high fashion runways. We'll meet a Suncoast hat designer and get ideas on what you can wear to upcoming events. Plus, Up With People explains their mission, and Siesta Key Oyster Bar joins us in the kitchen.
Welcome back to the kitchen. Now with a name like Brendan Reagan, you know that I love Irish food, so I am in heaven right now. Chef Judy, please tell us about all these St. Patrick's Day delicacies.
Dude, this is for you and honoring your relatives.
Yes.
I must say, you know, St. Patrick's Day, March 17th, will be here before we know it. Some plans maybe before you're doing pub crawls or instead of pub crawls is the theme. Let's start over at the Madison's group. Now, I normally don't start with dessert, but I have to tell you, ready?
Dessert looks like that.
Guinness Stout chocolate torte with Bailey's buttercream.
Oh,
I know.
You
I
can
know.
have your pub crawl. I'm thinking
Right? I know.
Is
but
there a cake crawl?
I think we will develop that.
That looks
now,
amazing.
Isn't that great? Now, they're also going to be serving Jameson's Irish coffee mousse. Look at how it looks.
Is that what's in the
That's
mug?
mousse, but it looks like an Irish coffee.
Yes, it
Chef
does.
Ray, their pastry chef, is just
He's
so
amazing.
creative, right? Homemade Irish soda bread. This came in warm this morning, so of course there's a piece missing. And you have that with your
look at
Irish
that.
butter, you'll love it. Now, and he has Guinness braised short ribs, which is nice, the little crunchy onion ring and the potatoes. Over at Madison's 41, they'll also have a fisherman's pie, which is really nice to know, so lots of flavorful seafood in there as well. Coming over to Blue Mangrove Grill, and we have information in all different places that are celebrating what they're doing. They will have bagpipes. They will have Irish drink specials. Isn't that fun?
Yes,
and of
that's
course,
fun.
they're right on the water. That beautiful marina, whether you're dining indoors or out, it's just, I love hanging out at Blue Mangrove Grill. They have their version of the Blue Mangrove shepherd's pie. They'll serve it with mashed potatoes, so you can dip that into your mashed potatoes. And of course, they have to have the lamb Guinness stew in your honor.
Yep, I want that right
I knew
now.
it. Well, there's something that's so radar focused about that.
I can't stop looking at it.
Looks
It's just
comforting.
so comforting,
Yeah,
so just
and that's
satisfying.
what Irish food,
It
I
is.
find, is all about.
Brendan, do you have a favorite?
It's got to be this. It's
Yeah,
like the
something like
stew
that.
and the potatoes and then a nap forever.
That's
all I
right.
wanna
What's your
do, yeah.
husband's favorite, Judy?
Anything that's mushy and abundant with potatoes.
We should. I'll tag out
We're
for you.
Thank you.
I'll
You
go
can
with your
take-
husband.
You can so take my place.
That sounds great.
Okay, Geyers, this is really cool. First of all, they can do your corned beef raw, cryovac, totally pickled. You drop it in slow boiling water, so it's like a sous vide process. It's going to come out really moist.
It's seasoned.
And it's already seasoned, and it doesn't make your kitchen have that corned beef aroma, which I personally, it's like fish.
Well, and it
I
won't
just
get
don't want it
slimy.
lingering.
Because
Exactly.
it'll take the moisture.
Exactly.
That's
So
great.
then
can't
you can
mess up.
just take that broth and use it with your cabbage. And another thing is nowadays saute cabbage with caraway seeds and do a little more crunch. What I really love is what they did with leftovers the next day. Stuffed cabbage with the leftover corned beef and cabbage, ingredients like carrots, potatoes, and corned beef.
amazing.
Isn't that
Like
adorable?
Hash in a handful.
That's,
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
I see you like using that as a handheld lunch.
Yeah,
That's
forget-
what I'm thinking.
This is what I'm all about. Tell me
This
about
is a
this.
Reuben casserole. I'm so making
Yes.
this
Reuben
brilliant,
casserole.
right?
Ah.
So layers of corned beef and pastrami, sauerkraut, Swiss cheese,
and the
Russian
dressing.
dressing, and the rye breads. Layer, layer, layer. And you could switch it
Wow.
with gluten-free bread if you want.
Nah.
So what
Excited this part.
What's
Yeah.
the point? And of course, you know, you can order they can make an entire corned beef dinner and lamb dinner and things
Right.
like that for you as you want it. So that's pretty cool. And over at Whole Foods now, to cover my Jewish roots that don't like Irish food, I always offer to bring the appetizer because I make smoked salmon with an herb cream cheese, chives, on a nice Irish soda bread. It'll be really delicious appetizer. Of course, gold coins because the leprechaun came.
Right.
Guinness,
Yes.
Irish butter. Now, I personally just cook with Irish butter at home year round. But if ever you're going to spend the extra $1 or $2, my God, spend it to smear on your soda bread. And the #1 trend this year, Guinness Stout cookies. So we have some chocolate chip Guinness Stout cookies.
Here we are,
So you can find all sorts of recipes online. I will put one up on our line.
Great idea.
And that Guinness just adds it. You make more like a syrup in it. But there you go, even Irish oats.
All right, we like it. We are getting our Irish on a little bit early.
It's a good way to get your beer in.
Exactly. Make your plans for St. Patrick's Day. It is coming up next weekend, but I know places are already getting busy. So here are Judy's picks. You can find more on the dining page as well. Brendan, great to have you and your Irish self with us.
Good to be here. Pick a good day.
Everybody take some time and enjoy the Suncoast view.